to find, but it's just like too much business.
Yeah, we'll do it ad hoc. So this is absolute pleasure. I've got here. It's funny. Let's go back. Maybe probably about 6-7 years ago, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I've known George for quite a long time. We obviously lost contact, and I just heard the fantastic news that George has just obviously set up his own practice. Congratulations
Thank you very
with
much,
that. He's always been an intelligent person, strong. So I'm just so happy to know that you've gone out on your own and building yourself up. So the question is what made you make that decision? And just give a quick synopsis, your background very quickly.
Oh, my legal background.
Yeah, legal background. And
well,
how you
I
got
was
into the field.
just like, I don't know, like my life somehow is happening before my eyes.
Yes.
It's like sometimes I don't really know why I'm taking what step. And
Yes.
I really kind of stumbled into it. I mean, sometimes I also like with the other sites, other places where I was working as an associate, I somehow met somebody at the cocktail, and somehow I got a position. And also the same way, it was actually I was funnily at an Easter service, and I suddenly met a very old friend of mine whom I somehow really don't share too much common views with. I somehow still greeted him, and suddenly he told me and asked me that he needs for his business, he needs a lawyer, and this would turned out to be the one client that would actually help me now to get on my own feet. And immediately I knew if I'm going to accept him as a business client, then I need to step away from my old law firm, because it simply would not make any sense. And it just really happened from one day on the other, and I was just really happy to get out there. And at the same time, it of course took bravery, because if you're dependent on only one client, then he can end your life anytime. Yes. So it still took a bit of bravery, but I think it was not that big of a risk as other. I really like admire entrepreneurs like you, because you're real entrepreneurs. You really take huge risks.
Yes.
You invest a lot, and at the same time you don't know what the outcome is. Being a lawyer is quite easy.
And how do you feel now, obviously taking that leap of faith? Obviously you have conviction, you're really confident in your skill sets, especially your experience. Now moving forward, how do you intend to really scale your practice, your law firm in Austria? Is this something you want to do domestically? Do you want to expand throughout the rest of Europe? What's your plans in terms of short, mid-term goals?
I think again it's really hard to like take the same methods that you use as a usual entrepreneur and translate it to being a lawyer. Lawyers are extremely conservative when it comes to legal practice and how to expand your legal practice. You never take a loan as a lawyer for anything. You only work with the money that you have right now, if you have enough money in order to survive like 1 or 2 years without getting any revenue. So it's a bit of a very conservative strategy, of also business strategy. So I would usually develop my law firm like organically by simply, if new clients come in, you expand your law firm and you just really see where it goes. And most of the law firms actually kind of just happen. They don't really do any proper planning on how to expand. I mean, law firms use less than 5% of their turnover for advertisement. Most lawyers don't use any money for any advertisement at all. They don't even set up a website. And of course it would be, I was talking with a friend of mine recently, if it wouldn't pay off to just really take the same strategies that you usually use as an entrepreneur and translate it into the legal world, and how great of success you would actually have if you would do that. So I'm thinking about, of course, what way to go. Currently I just have the strategy as like any other lawyer, just to expand my law firm organically, not to put so much money into advertising, but just really convince the people with my quality, and just get recommendations from former clients and other clients, and just to build up my practice like that. But at the same time, of course, it would be very interesting to expand my law firm via the internet, via just the normal ways of doing commercials and advertisements. It hasn't really been tried in Austria. It would be.
So that's the interesting question. So basically, based on your experience, no one's really utilizing digital marketing from a law firm aspect to really scale. Yes?
No.
You're really utilizing the cash flow that you have to be able to grow organically, rather than saying working on unique new trends in terms of strategies to be able to acquire new customers. Yes.
Yes, but this is simply because there are too few lawyers in Austria, and the lawyers that are on the market are just they don't need this kind of strategy, and they're just kind of like grown a bit lazy. I think.
So you mentioned there's always a challenge, especially as in terms of law, with trying to identify your passion, because obviously you want to do something on a daily basis that you enjoy, but then also understanding whether the passion connects to the amount of money you can earn.
Yeah.
So how do you how do you struggle with finding a balance in knowing, okay, how can we be able to bring on clients based on this area that can generate revenues to our bottom line of the business, because now you're a business owner, but then also doing things where you actually wake up, you enjoy waking up and going to work.
Yeah, I mean, there are certainly cases that I would do for free and that I'm doing for free, where I just really enjoy messing with the other party. It's like there, especially in the area of lease contracts, there are just people that are outright evil.
Wow.
And then you have like, for example, I had one property owner who literally stabbed a woman with a knife because she wouldn't accept the increase of the rent.
Incredible.
And she, of course, is a very poor woman, has no money, quite old already. And I just heard of the case, and I really took that case in my own hand, and I fought for that woman until we won the case. And just to see that kind of emotions at court, see her reaction when we actually won the case, and seeing also the evil guy's reaction, because he thought that nobody is going to help her and he's going to get away with it. It's just really absolutely rewarding in any way. So of course then there are other cases, like for example estate law, where just the payment absolutely needs to be right for me to wake up, but just to be and to keep yourself motivated. I don't know where to draw the line, but in the end a lot of it is connected also with the client itself. If it's a client that's just really a great guy and it's just fun to be with, it really helps with how much money you're gonna charge him. So just really think about it. Your lawyer is only a human. If you treat him nice and well, then he's also going to offer his services at a cheaper price. So
amazing. So what could you give as a, let's just say, in terms of recommendation based on your experience, for someone that really wants to get into the space? Maybe someone at university that's aspiring to be a top lawyer and really wants to set up their own practice. What would the structure or strategy would you say as a recommendation, based you going through the process, that you can give on to someone younger? Because at such a young age to set up your own practice, I applaud what you've done. So what can you give to someone else coming up through the process to be able to help them?
What I can really recommend to everybody is just really be nice to everybody. You always meet 2 times in life, and I really seen like all my major deals that I've made for myself always resulted or like were connected to people that usually I did not at the first time really connect to, or which other people told me are weird persons. But the weirdest persons usually have the biggest success for some reason. It's really like
we see that a lot. Yes.
And just really just believe in the skills that you have. Just really focus, be passionate about what you do. If you have the passion, people are gonna notice it. And if you're really nice to people, like genuinely nice to people, and if you're really always helping out, always are the person who has a helping hand, people are going to come when they need help, and then they're also going to pay you if you need help, if they need help. And this is actually all what the lawyer's job is about, is helping people, making their life easier and getting paid for that. And I think this is just really an incredibly rewarding job. And this is what I can offer, like be a people's person, even if you feel like it's really icky. And I was never somebody who had it easy with persons. I knew, I guess, 5 or 4 people by name when I graduated.
Wow.
It's like from my university, because I'm not somebody who is outgoing that easily. But just take it step by step. Be nice to the people that you meet, and you'll make a great lawyer.
See, as you just heard it from George himself, just be a good person. Yes, be a good person. Try and do your best that you can in life. And if you can do that, put your head down, anything's possible, yes? So I just say, take it out there, focus, and then anything can happen. So what we're going to do is we're going to provide all the details in terms of if you're really interested in a lawyer, then he's definitely the man for that, okay? So great, and we'll be in touch.